Liverpool 4, Palace nil. I'm joined by Pat here. Oh, Pat, we talked after the Bournemouth game. Great first half performance, great start to the game, but it was quite the opposite. Well, at least for the first 15 minutes, anyways. First 15 minutes, I thought we done pretty well, at least until Zaha got injured. What do you make of the first half performance by Palace?
Yeah, so obviously with the last four games having, I think 6 hours of without conceding a goal, we were in great spirits. We were praising Hodgson, but I think some of the stuff that the fans get a little frustrated with him reared its ugly head again, and that's really the lack of a plan B. Like you said, first 15 minutes, we looked really well, and then Zaha gets hurt. We have to sub him out, hopefully for precautionary reasons, and we didn't really seem to have much of a plan after that. So it kind of rears its ugly head about where the frustrations with Roy came in earlier in the year. I'm not going to sit here and say that he's doing a bad job because of where we're at overall, but definitely that lack of a second plan, a second option seemed to come across today again.
Yeah, I think with the plan B suggestions, you're right, but it was a bit hard, especially with Wilf going out. I'm not too sure what else we could have done. But yeah, of course, Wilf went off. I mentioned that, and Max Meyer came on. What do you think of his performance?
He did well. He's definitely just a different type of player. He likes to play that inside channel and try and free up some things and unlock some players on some runs. He had a couple plays where he looked like a player that hasn't played quite often in a while. He had a little bit of rust on him. But overall, I think he did a decent job, especially having to answer in a moment where he probably wasn't expecting to play coming off a 15-minute mark.
Yeah, and also the first goal now. A goal that I've talked about with guys previously. Wayne Hennessy, I don't know where to start with it. Maybe you see it differently. I thought it was a great free kick. Don't get me wrong. It was a great free kick from Trent Alexander-Arnold, right to the top bins. But first of all, I wasn't too sure about his positioning and also where Max Meyer was on the wall. What do you think of the first goal? How do you see it?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with the positioning. From where he was standing, where the shot was placed, there's no way anyone's getting to that ball. Kouyate not getting to that ball either. That being said, Kouyate probably doesn't line up in it. I saw a still frame where he was pretty much given 3/4 or more of that side open and just inviting Alexander-Arnold to kick it there, and he kicked it there. So I think if he lined himself up a little different, dared him to put it in a different spot, line the wall up a little differently, that's the kind of intangible things that Kouyate offers that probably would have made a difference if he was playing. But yeah, he's not going to get to that ball from where he was standing.
Yeah, 100%. It was a great free kick by Trent. Let's talk about the second half. Let's talk about some of the substitutions. Jairo Riedewald came on. Luka Milivojevic came on. What do you think of them substitutions? And do you think we should have used maybe other youth players instead of using the likes of Milivojevic?
Yeah, it's definitely the lack of substitution. Sometimes it's frustrating. We still had one available to use. Not really surprising if you've watched us play under Roy, but still a little frustrating to see. I thought Kouyate was probably our best player overall, and for him to come out first was a little weird. And yeah, Pierrick got a run for the last 6 minutes, but why not give Mitchell a chance to play at that left back position? Why not get some other guys in? I mean, just use those 5 subs, and there's nothing to lose at that point. We're down. It's not like there's fans at Anfield right now that's going to be this intimidating place for a young player. They're going out and playing on the pitch just like they would in training or anything like that. So a little disappointed that they didn't use the full 5 substitutions, and definitely disappointed we didn't give some more young guys some more time.
Yeah, but with the young guys, do you think that if they did come on, it could have damaged their confidence a bit more? There was a chance that without the experience, Liverpool were already on a high, and without the experience, they could have went on to score maybe another 2 or 3 goals, and that would have been good for the youngsters. But yeah, I mean, I see it as that way potentially, but maybe you disagree.
100%. You have to look at that side of the coin too. This is such a confidence game, football being played, where especially at that age, something that could influence you negatively can certainly have some carryover effects down the road. But like I said, I think with the circumstances where, yeah, the team was playing on all cylinders, but to not have the fans and hear the roar of the crowd like you normally would on the pitch, it might have been a little bit of a better situation for them to come in. You definitely have to look at both sides. This is certainly a thing that's not black or white. There's some gray area. But I think when you compare it to normal Anfield, it's probably not as severe of coming on as you think it would be an intimidation factor.
Do you think going forward we miss Benteke? We saw what he done against Bournemouth last game. Of course, heading the balls out and about. We had Jordan Ayew up top, and he clearly struggled with them balls. And it's no fault of his. Going against Van Dijk at that height, you're not going to win many balls. Do you think that if we had Benteke, this game could have maybe gone a bit differently with Wilf not getting injured as well? Lots of hypotheses here, but what do you think of it? Do you think that we miss Benteke?
For sure, his physicality was certainly missed. Like I said, Ayew does some really, really great things, but he's definitely not going to be able to win a ball in the air against Van Dijk, who's just a specimen physically, you know. Benteke, for all of his faults, he's always been good in the air for flick-ons and things like that. It certainly could have changed the dynamic nature of the game. I'm hoping that, and I know Roy would never admit this, but I'm hoping that we looked at this match as kind of a free hit, and maybe they had some minor knocks here and there. Same with Kouyate. Same with Wilf coming off the match early on instead of pushing through maybe a potential little small injury. I'm hoping that we looked at it as, hey, let's save our bullets for later on, and we have a lot of run of matches coming up in a short period of time, and that's why we didn't see Benteke, Kouyate, and those guys play.
Yeah, hopefully. I think Roy did say that both of Kouyate and Benteke, they did pick up injuries. I'm not too sure how severe they are. Hopefully, it's no long-term injuries and hopefully little minor knocks, as you mentioned. But finally, let's end on a positive note. Who was your man of the match today for Palace, if you had to pick one?
I mentioned it earlier. I know he didn't play the full 90, but I thought Kouyate was great. He moved around a lot. He covered a lot of ground on the pitch. He was, going up, winning balls, throwing around, trying to create some things. And as always, he's just all legs on the pitch there running around. So I thought his effort was superb. And I was a little puzzled that he came out. I think he was like the first sub to come out. But I thought he had a really good performance.
Yeah, I thought so as well. I thought Kouyate was my man of the match. But of course, Roy maybe didn't want him to go and play on for a bit longer and get injured. So probably get a bit of game management there. But thank you for joining me, Pat. And as always, if you have enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. And if you want to get involved, leave down your comments down below and we'll be in touch. You could give your reactions after the game. Maybe you disagree and agree with us. And until next time, up the Palace.